welcome to our third episode of Wedding Chats with Maura, where we talk to the dream managers in the wedding industry about how they bring their clients' visions to life. Today we are at the magnificent Chateau in South Salem, New York, and we are with the lovely Gillian Walters.
Hello, thank you.
And Gillian is the GM here, and thank you so much for having us today.
My pleasure, thank you.
I love this venue. From the minute you drive up, you feel like you're coming to this little secret destination. And when you get here, the views are amazing.
Yes, yep.
I know it's steeped in history.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So the original estate was actually commissioned in 1907. So it's about 112 years old now. And it was a gift from J.P. Morgan to his pastor from New York City. So retirement gift. So the pastor lived here for a number of years.
Nice gift.
Not a bad gift. I imagine JP was up here all the time hanging out with him.
Okay.
And eventually, once the pastor died, it changed hands a few more times. In the 1970s, it became a restaurant by the name Le Chateau. So we decided to keep the name, just because a lot of people know that name. And then 40 years or so later, the restaurant closed down in 2015. And that was when our parent company, Elegant Banquets, came along, purchased it from them. We spent about $10 million restoring the original part of the estate, which is just gorgeous, and then also building the brand new ballroom that we're sitting in right now.
Which I think one of the best parts about this venue is this ballroom. You have two amazing options for getting married.
Yes.
You know, a lot of venues, the outdoor option is great, but the rain plan is kind of thrown together.
Yeah, it's true.
But at Le Chateau, that is not the case.
No, we're very lucky here. Yeah, so we have two great options. Outdoors, we have a gorgeous garden, lots of beautiful flowers, gorgeous spots for musicians to be greeting everybody. And then if we have a rather gloomy, rainy day like today, we have the option of coming inside and doing the ceremony in our bright, beautiful ballroom. As you can see, we have huge ceilings. They're 22 feet tall.
I love the chandeliers.
Yes, the chandeliers are gorgeous. They were made for us in Brooklyn, custom made. And as you mentioned before, we have just these gorgeous views facing west of the entire Hudson Valley. So you just end up feeling like you're outside anyway.
Yeah. I almost like the indoor option better than the outdoor option.
A lot of people say that actually. So it's good. It's good to love both options.
Exactly.
You never know what
Mother Nature's going to do.
Exactly.
So another thing I love about this venue is how well suited it is to classical instruments.
Yes.
So I would imagine back in the day when the pastor would have his parties that the guests were greeted with a beautiful harp or cello or a violin.
Yes, very romantic.
So acoustically, it's just made for these instruments. And they feel home here. Now, I know this is not your home, but you must feel like you spend
amount of time spent. Yeah.
So what have you grown to love about this home?
Yeah, I think the history, the old part of the building for us, it's so beautiful. The craftsmanship, the different types of wood, it's all hand carved. They just don't make things like that anymore. So that's really special to us. And then equally the ballroom, we've got this gorgeous ballroom. It's elegant, but it's understated. So we kind of feel like we have the best of both worlds here. So we're very lucky.
I love that. You've got that craftsmanship in the original part, but then like you've brought in the craftsmen of today.
Yes.
With things like the chandelier.
Yeah. No, it's a good mix.
That's why it really works.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the groom.
Yes.
Because I feel we don't pay enough attention to the groom.
It's true. The brides usually get most of the love, but we love the grooms too.
Well, I find when I am choosing the music with the bride and the groom, and the bride will want to walk down to the traditional Pachelbel's canon, the wedding march. She'll ask the groom, what do you think? And he'll be like, oh, honey, I just want you to be happy.
Whatever you want.
And then I'll say, well, we could change it up. When you process out, we could do something modern, like Viva la Vida by Coldplay. And then all of a sudden the groom is like, oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, let me think about that. I have some thoughts.
You hooked him.
Right, I've got him in. He's mine. So what is it about Le Chateau when grooms come, they're like, oh, my buddies would like that?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. So I think the obvious thing that comes to mind is we actually have a private room here that is for the guys.
So you have a groom room?
We do, which not a lot of places have.
Right, no.
But we were lucky we have the space. We decided to make a room just for the guys to hang out, so this way they arrive, they don't have to feel like they're in the way, just sort of getting
like
shuffled.
They're the rain plan.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not an afterthought here.
Yeah.
They are a forethought. So they have their own space to hang out, so they can just be comfortable all day. And then the other piece that I think tends to appeal to the guys is that history, especially in the original part of the estate. And fun fact about the pastor who originally lived here, he was a big game hunter. He would always go on these big expeditions over to Africa with the likes of Teddy Roosevelt.
Cool.
And he used to store all of his hunting rifles in the salon, which is still an active part of the cocktail hour at this point. So you can kind of walk by it. There's a fireplace. You'll see these two cabinets that had this like little gold keyhole if you look really close, and that's where he used to keep all of his guns.
So it was secretive. People wouldn't see the guns.
Correct. Exactly. Wow. So that's fun.
That's great. The one thing I always want to know whenever I do these interviews, so I know you're married, but if you had to do it again and your husband's not watching, what you know now about the wedding industry, what is the one thing you would do differently, or the one piece of advice you could give to our viewers?
That's a very good question. I would suggest that it's important when you're looking for a place to get married that you like the staff, that you get a good vibe from the staff. As much as it's important to love the building, the venue, you want to make sure that you're feeling a good connection with the staff. They're going to be taking care of you the day of your wedding. You've done, so much planning at that point leading up to the big day. You need to be able to just let it all go day of and trust that you're in the best hands. We're very lucky here. We have a fantastic team. And
the minute you walk in the door here, the staff greets you. Do you want some coffee? Do you want some Starburst?
Yes, we love taking care of everybody. And that's the point. It's to make sure that our brides and grooms know that they can just let us take care of them. And anywhere you go, you want to just make sure that you're feeling like that staff's going to take care of you.
So they can be a guest essentially at their own wedding.
Exactly. You need to enjoy it. It flies by so fast.
And so today has flown by.
Yes, it has.
And thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Again, I love the staff here. We felt so well taken care of today.
Thank you.
And it's a wrap.